Hey, what's going on everyone? Hawks21 here, back with another Splinterlands video. This is going to be a video that's a little out of my circle of competence, but it's a hot topic in the Splinterlands community right now, and that is the proposal to put aside about 900k, it's not an insignificant amount, 900k of SPS to pursue potential exchange listings. So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give my perspective, and at the end we're going to open up 6 of the daily champion chests. Before we get into that, I just want to remind you that unlike a lot of content creators here on YouTube, my content is not free. That is correct. After you watch one video, you get one freebie. You have to subscribe to the channel. That's how you get my content. Obviously, there's no way for me to police this, so we're gonna call it a gentleman's agreement. All right? You get one freebie, but when you come back to watch a second video, you gotta subscribe. When you do subscribe, I basically work for you. So you let me know what type of content you want, you ask me questions, and I'll be there to answer your questions and provide things to you along the way. So again, gentleman's agreement, gotta subscribe. Everyone's doing it, so come join the community. All right, let's get into it. We'll get into the proposal. So you come up here to proposals. There's a new one. What is the new one? Land SPS distributed. Okay, we got 7 days for that. I haven't read this one yet. We'll get to that later. Okay, so this is the big one. Allocate up to 30 million SPS. So that is 900k right now in US dollars to pursue exchange listings. So as you can see, I've voted yes for now, but I'm very, very on the fence. And I'm going to talk to you about why I'm skeptical, what my concerns are, what the pros are, and then ultimately why I'm currently voting yes, but I could be swayed based on more information. And that's part of the reason why I'm making this video. I want to hear from people, right? I want to know what are the concerns here, because again, you know, I'm not a big crypto person. I'm not a big exchange person. You know, I use Coinbase, I use Binance, and I can generally figure out ways to move things around, but this is not my area of expertise. So with that in mind, let's get into it. If you click here, it'll pop up. I already have it open. You guys have probably read this at this point, but just quickly, Blockchain Founders Fund is going to help with the negotiations. They are huge Splinterlands asset owners, so that's one thing. And they have a large asset holder in the SPS ecosystem, and they've negotiated our previous exchange listing. So I think that's important. Gate, Crypto.com, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they're going to hold the negotiations for us, and they aren't charging a fee. So that's number one. They're a big part of the community, and they have a lot at stake. So I would put that in the pros column, right? The people who are leading this, it's not like an outside party who's accepting a consultant's fee, you know, based on a percentage of the SPS used or something stupid like that. These guys have a lot at stake. So in general, in that sense, the incentives here are aligned. Okay. So first off, before we get into, we'll just read it first actually. Execution, up to 30 million SPS may be utilized. 30 million for either Binance or Coinbase. These are the top two. 7.5 for any other top 10 exchange. 2.5 for localized exchange that support fiat on-ramps. Let's see. While getting either Binance or Coinbase may be a long shot for even this amount of money, the council believes that both the timing and dollar amounts are reasonable. And they talk about some of the common objectives. So from a timing perspective, Splinterlands and SPS have weathered the bear market much better than many projects in the space. That is 100% true. 1000% true. And our overall stability makes us an attractive listing at this time. It is I don't think people in this ecosystem realize how impressive it is, how well Splinterlands has held up. Well, everything around it has effectively collapsed, right? It didn't come without its headaches. Obviously, fired a lot of people, made the team leaner. but they have done a fantastic job navigating a very wild economic time. But with that said, that does not mean that time is over, right? So I'm a little nervous by some language that basically points to the bad stuff is done. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I personally don't believe it's true. I guess, what do I know? But that does cause me a little concern, right? Have weathered the bear market. I hope that's not past tense, right? I hope it's more, we have weathered the bear market to this point, right? So I hope it's that secondary sort of language and tone. BFF says listing fees are currently at historic lows. So this is part of my skepticism. I can't verify this. I don't know. Outside my area of competence. And the fees are likely to rise faster than token prices. As an example, fees were as much as 90% higher during the height of the last bull run. Again, can't verify that. I have no idea. So it's 10%. We use 10% of the SPS that was set aside for the DAO in the white paper, and is less than half of the SPS that the DAO has already earned from sales of Rift Watcher's mini set. And they still have about 10 million impacts to go. So they're basically saying this can be replaced, the SPS can be replaced pretty easily. So this part I don't love. It's basically saying we'll commit to getting the DAO more SPS by making sure we're always releasing mini sets. I know that's a plan in general, but I want them to stay flexible on this. If we get to a point where there's too many cards, I want them to skip a mini set. For me, I don't want them backed into a corner where they're like, well, we have to release mini sets to replace this SPS. I don't think that's in the best interest of, the community. So the other idea is, are we ready for this? So should this proposal succeed, it would likely be 1 to 3 months before the first listing could be realized. And they're saying in that time, we'll get more stuff on land, which would lead to use cases for cards and DEC, various upgrades to the new player experience and streamline the onboarding process. We're gonna talk about this in a second. Maximize opportunity presented by token listings to onboard new gamers and collectors in the community. See if there's anything here. Okay. So for me, this is a single issue idea. Meaning this is all about onboarding players into the Splinterlands game and ecosystem, and the ease at which people can do that. So right now, the easiest way for someone to get fiat into Splinterlands is through buying credits, right? And the problem with buying credits have their purpose, right? I know some of it's also a legal reason, but credits can really only be used to buy cards, to my understanding. Cards or packs, which are, again, essentially cards. So there's a lot of people who are, hey, I want to put $200 into the game. We have that transact system, whatever it is, but let's be honest, it doesn't work 95% of the time. I don't think I've ever got it to work. So really the only way for them to do it is to buy credits, buy cards with the credits, and then sell those cards for DEC. So you're eating a bunch of fees along the way. You have to wait for your cards to sell in order to get the DEC. It's just a very, very bad process, right? It's good if you want to buy cards, right? If I want to put $500 into the game to buy cards, credits is perfect. Great, done. I'll buy the cards with credits. But if I want to put money into the game for SPS, for a node, for land, for whatever it is, the credit system just isn't great for that. So, for me, the big thing here is onboarding. The ease of getting new players into the game. And so when I scroll down here, if it were up to me, I would completely wipe out 2 and 3 here. It's Binance or Coinbase. So like right here, and the exchange listings are an important mechanism to gain new awareness of the SPS token. Don't care. I think this is the smallest of benefits, and I'll talk about that in a second. Increased liquidity, also don't care. I don't think there's a need. I think the liquidity we have via the exchanges we have, right? We have the number 9. We have crypto.com at 16, 17, 19, 24. These aren't massive, but there's enough liquidity. There's not that many SPS transactions that need to go on at this current stage. So these first two things, I don't care about. It's all about the on-ramps. And number 2 and 3 do not provide on-ramps. I'm sorry. When I talk about on-ramps, right? When you talk to someone on the street and a random person and you ask them about crypto and how they would buy crypto, they're going to talk about Coinbase. Maybe Binance would be the second thing that comes up. But the platform that most, quote unquote, I was going to say normal, but just non-crypto people use is going to be Coinbase. So if I can get to a situation where someone asks me how they hear about Splinterlands, they see one of my videos, they want to start playing, whatever it is, and they say, hey, how can I get money into this game? If I can then tell them, oh, the SPS token is on Coinbase. You can buy it there, where you have, your $1,000 of Bitcoin sitting there already, or whatever it is. And all you have to do is get SPS. You use this bridge to get to Hive. Here, I'll show you how to do that. Boom, you have SPS in the game, right? That's a very, very easy process for someone that's new. That to me is the key. Like the gain new awareness thing, I think that's being overhyped by some. This isn't back in the day when Coinbase had 3 coins on it, right? It was like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, I think. And then, whenever they added a new one, that coin would pump absurdly in price, partly because it was so hard back in the day to like actually buy some of these coins that now the coin was easily accessible, so people could just buy it. And it gave that coin validation. But now there's hundreds, I'm assuming, hundreds of coins on Coinbase, right? When a new coin pops up, you don't even notice anymore. The same sort of excitement and stuff behind it just isn't there, right? If all of a sudden an SPS thing pops up on Binance, maybe people will talk about it for a day or two. Again, if it pops up on Coinbase, maybe people will talk about it for a day or two. But no longer is the case where these events, they don't change the long-term trajectory of projects, right? The hype or the awareness of the token. It's going to be on the team to deliver and then having easy on-ramps for people to get involved. So again, that's why I care about the on-ramps. So for me, one of my first problems here is I would get rid of 2 and 3. I don't think there's a need, at least at this stage. It should be one of these two. Because I think locking down one of these two, is the timing perfect? I don't know. I have no idea. That's, again, outside my area of expertise. But if you can get one of these two, even if the timing is a little off, it's still probably a positive thing. It's very expensive. And some people have concerns that, the increased off, because that's the other thing you gotta remember. An on-ramp also functions as an off-ramp. So some of people's concerns are that, you've almost created this experience where it's hard to get in and out of Splinterlands, which can be a good thing once people actually get in, right? If someone who's on the fence who might want to remove some assets, it's not the easiest process. Where now, if SPS were to spike to 4 or 5 cents, it'd be much easier for someone to then sell a ton of SPS with maybe lowering the price impact. Again, that's a good thing. Long term, you need to be able to have, if you want your token to be valid, you need to be able to handle massive amounts of transactions without having a huge price effect. But right now, are we stable enough for that? Are we ready for, what happens if someone's able to manipulate the price on an exchange of SPS and we get these wild fluctuations, and a token that's been relatively stable over the past few months all of a sudden becomes not very stable. What could that mean for our economy? Not the global economy, for Splinterlands economy. So that's one people's concern, and I kind of have that concern as well. Part of me thinks a lot of people with people who have a lot of SPS are generally going to be a little more sophisticated at all of this stuff. So if they really wanted to get out, they would be able to right now. But it is definitely a concern with the ease. What other comments do I have? So that I'm not really that concerned about the timing per se. I've heard some things raised where, we just fired, I think 40% of people. Is this the right time? So the money's not coming from the same place. Like, this isn't company funds that are used to pay people. This is from the SPS DAO. But if this were to lead to a decrease in the SPS price for some reason, for any reason, that could, I'm assuming they have SPS on their books. So, a decrease in the SPS price could certainly hurt the company. I already talked about, I'm worried that people think the bear market is definitely over. So yeah, I'm on the fence. I don't know enough. I think ultimately I'm going to be upset if what comes out of this is not Coinbase or Binance. If it's anything else, I don't think it's worth it at all. But if we do get Coinbase or Binance, I think it's probably the pros would outweigh the cons by a big margin. It's tough because right now we have our little sort of insular Splinterlands community that functions really, really well. And, it's nervous to sort of open up potentially to the outside world, right? How would a big influx of new people coming into this ecosystem affect what's been created thus far? But at some point we have to do it. So, if that some point is now and that somewhere is Coinbase or Binance, then I think go for it. If it's one of the others, I'm just not here for it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know enough to have a really, really, really insightful opinion. For me, it's all about onboarding and ease of onboarding. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Are you guys voting for this? Why? Why not? What are your concerns? Just let me know. Let's end on a more positive note. Not that was very negative, but everyone loves rewards. So it's a potential contentious topic. And we'll end it with a diamond battle. I got 1 energy that just popped up. See, maybe we can get this to 7. I've been bouncing between high diamond 1 and champion 3. I'm playing in wild just because the SPS earnings are better. But let's see. I don't do a lot of live battles, so magic only. Everything hits. Ugh. Silent summoners. Okay. Let's just see what's out there. So he loses. He has the void, which is going to be great. He loses a bit of his, part of what makes him so great in these magic only is the phase. This is a good card because it can just get a bunch of health. Dr. Blight's pretty nice because he can't miss. Put him in the back for the poison. That works. This is good. Okay. It's a pretty interesting setup. Although, if you don't bring... Let's look at death first because there's something I'm more excited about. Magic. Yeah, this isn't it. Earth, Okay. So this is great. Yeah. Runemancer. Getting the double attack. So I wonder... hold on. I want to do something like this. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm hoping... I distract. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm hoping they don't bring an affliction. They don't bring an affliction. I'm able to keep healing the slip spawn. And that'll basically be it. All right, let's see. The 3 rule sets per match have forced so much more creativity. I love it. The game, to me, is so much more fun. Oh, they went death, so we're probably going to see a Jin Murat. We have some triages, so that helps. Oh, they're playing... This is also... I like playing in wild... Oh, they are underleveled a little bit. I like playing in wild because, you know, you see some cool cards pop up. At some point, I'm going to go on a wild card shopping spree. But I got to raise some funds first. All right, I think we should be fine. The 2 magic reflects do make me nervous, and they do have a inspire. So we're gonna do a lot of damage to ourselves, but luck. Okay, that range attack really helps. They didn't bring an afflict, so we are gonna be able to triage a bit. But yeah, that's a lot of damage coming our way. I think the Runemancer Flore is just gonna do too much damage. Yeah, okay, the magic reflects are gone. We won this easily. I don't know what I was talking about. Cool. So does that push it to 7? I don't think it will. No, 6. We're not going to wait 50 minutes, so we'll just open it up. All right, let's see. We'll start with the bottom one. 10 Wardens. Nice. Maybe I'm getting close to getting the Inspire. Oh, we got a Legendary. 2 Izars. Is this the account where I already have some Izars? I think I have a gold foil Izar on this account. But Izar is amazing. I love this card. I actually use it at level 2 a decent amount right now. 12 Fungus Flingers. 4 gold foil Gops and Bombers. And 8 Dumaki Orcs. Let's quickly just see if I can level anything up right now. Sorry, I want to do Soulbound Owned. Let's check out the Warden first. Oh no, I was 1, sorry. I'm not close enough yet, not even close. I think it's level 5 that it gets in. I'll check in a second. Definitely level this up though. What is it, 2, 2, 2? Probably get like a health or, you know, maybe even a speed or something. A health, yeah. Level 5, okay, so 40. How many am I away? 6, 31, I'm 9 away. So if I got another pull like that, I could get it with the Inspire. What else did I get? I got a Fungus Flinger. I already have it at the blind level, which is great. Again, so like I leveled it up because I think, you know, the blind makes this card way more useful. And this is going to be a card I want to max out because the blind's great, the affliction's great. Like it brings other things to the table on top of the martyr. So getting all of those extra things for the 2 additional health, I think is worth it. What else did I pull? Oh yeah, 2. Oh, I have a level 5 already. I can level this up, but I can't get it to level 5. I'm gonna wait. The Gobson Bomber, okay. It's 5 an even level. Oh, it is, level 5. We'll just do that. I'd rather play the gold foil if I play it to get the boost. And the last thing we need to look at is our legendary. Nope, okay, so I only have the gold foil on this one. So it's a little less, you know, it's a little anticlimactic, but, you know, if I start pulling commons of this one, I'm really going to want to level this one up because the taunt with the martyr and then life has multiple resurrects. Oof, this can be a very, very, very powerful card. I'm excited to level it up. I already use it a ton in Magic only. It's perfect in Magic only. Okay, that'll be it. Talked about a lot today. Talked about the proposal, opened some chests. I'm still loving the new energy system. I don't care, you know, and it seems a little controversial, but it's working well for me. So yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon.